Stereo MCs connected. Alright, this will be another exercise in transposing or arranging for, a largely electronic and sampled song. Okay, so we'll be taking a lot of the keyboard parts and making them work for guitar here. So, just a heads up, this isn't, a straight up, strum some chords, campfire type song. This is basically trying to figure out and transpose, sampled pieces here. So I'll just be going through all these different samples and showing you the arrangement I've come up with these. So we can kick it right off with the, that iconic vocal loop sample. And with this, I like to slide up to the fourth fret of the D. Okay, then we go 2 on the G, open B, because it's nice to just kind of let that ring, and then come back to the second on the G. Okay, and like I said, that just loops throughout, the majority of the song here. Alright, and as far as like what the actual, chord, and I say chord of the song is here, key of the song, it's F sharp minor, and basically that's what the synth strings are doing. They're just laying on that F sharp minor throughout the bulk of the entire song here. Okay, so you can just kind of strum along with that if you like, or just hit it every, this is going to be really interpretive on what kind of arrangement you want to try to do with this. But that's just basically the chord that's happening throughout the whole song. Okay, get those synth strings. Alright, and the only exception is at the very end. Once they start getting into that vocal with the stumble you might fall part, they'll go from their F sharp minor, and then once they get to the end of that section, they'll kick it up to a B minor for a couple measures, and then they'll get right back to their F sharp minor. Okay, and like I said, that's at the outro. They're just kind of going to toggle between those at the stumble you might fall section. Alright, and the bass line, simple, super simple here. I think the only parts it really drops out are doing like the record scratch sections. But otherwise, it's just, an F sharp here. So second fret of the E, and it's kind of doing like very last beat of a measure into the first beat of the next measure. It's just, something like that, where we're just getting right in between the two measures with the two notes. Alright, no sweat on that bass line. Alright, here's a cool little guitar riff that comes in. I mean, it's not much, it's just kind of like a higher voiced F sharp minor here. And it just kind of comes in and hits twice, but we can put some like delay on it too. That's a pretty cool effect. And just hit it once, hear up the high voiced F sharp minor. So, okay, so 9 on the A, 11, 11 on the D and G, 10 on the B. You just kind of get a nice, half second delay or so, something like that, quarter second, whatever you like. Okay, and we just hit it once, hit it again, just really attack it, Okay, nice little guitar effect there. Alright, and then we get that little saxophone riff that busts in there, like towards the end of sections. And just a cool little thing you can do here. We kind of go down low with it. And we just slide up to 4 of the A. And then do a pull off from second of the A to open. And then just finish on the second of the E. Okay, just a quick little thing that happens there. Alright, saxophone. Alright, and here's a keyboard riff that happens throughout the first verse. We're just kind of bouncing between this 4 and 4 on the G and B. We're just going to hit it a couple times. And then we're going to hit it a third time, but when we hit it that third time, we're going to hammer on to 6 of the G and 5 of the B. Okay, so. It's a cool little subtle keyboard part that happens there. And at the end of the verse, you can just come up and hit this little bit that happens. We just come all the way up to 14 on the E. Or just hit it 3 times. Just, staccato, short little notes. Just a funny little thing that happens there. Okay, and by the time we get to like the second verse, that keyboard riff kind of changes a little bit. Something a little trickier, I guess. Basically, we're just going to be on the B and the E here. We're going to slide 14 on the B, 12 on the E. Okay. We go there, then we go to 12 B, 11 E, and then we do 10 B, 9 E. Okay, and then we just repeat that through the verse. Something like that. Keep it nice and loose. Alright, and yet another new instrument comes in. It's a little flute riff. And this is a pretty fun little thing. Just a cool little scale here. We do a 7 on the B. We go 4, 5 on the E. Then we do 7 E, 5, 4. And then just end up back on that 7 B. Okay, just a quick little riff for you. Alright, and then there's actually a cool little guitar solo riff, I guess you could say. I mean, it happens real quick, so you might miss it if you're not paying attention, but it's just kind of at the, just before that third verse gets going there. It's just a little quick blues kind of scale thing. It's going to be 4 on the D, and then we go 2 G, and then we'll pull off 4 to 2 on the G, and then just end up back on that 4 of the G. Okay, so something like. Okay, just slowly there for you. Alright, so just get that to tempo. It's like. Just really brief little solo thing that happens. It happens there, and it happens at the very end of the song where it's like fading out. Alright, and then one more additional thing that happens at the very end, the outro. This is also during the, Stumble You Might Fall, the female vocal that's going on there. It's just kind of throwing in this funky little chord change, the keyboard, and we're doing, it's basically an F sharp minor, and we just add a 9, a ninth basically, so just do like you're making like the bottom half of an F sharp minor, the 2s on the G, B, and E, but do a 4 on the E. Okay. And then we just kind of resolve it by coming back off to the F sharp minor, just 2s on the G, B, E. Okay, and it happens twice per measure, so just. Alright, and then we just repeat that. Alright, so try to guide you through all these different samples that are happening here. It's a pretty loose structured song. I mean, these things just kind of pop in here and there throughout the whole thing. And, it's all depending on what kind of arrangement you want to do with it. Okay, so hopefully you can do something fun with all these transpositions and have some fun with this song on guitar. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.